Trend watcher Tom Palmaerts is back in our studio and gives you insight into the hottest trends among young people and how to translate these to your events. Hi Tom, welcome back to our studio. It's been a while.
Yeah.
You brought some new trends for us.
Yeah. This time I have some more long-term trends with me. Trends that are not directly translated to like interior or do something like this and then be trendy or but more things that we really need to think about. That I think that the event industry is the right place to deal with this. First trend is food waste.
That's a big topic.
That's a very big topic. We shouldn't be really proud as a Belgian about our food waste. Actually, if you take the average Belgian person and you look at the world, we actually should need 5 planets to live on. So our food ecological footprint is really bad. If you look at food waste in Europe, if you look at the average, Belgian food waste is a triple of it.
Okay.
So we're really, really bad in this. I think we need to, of course, reduce our waste.
Yeah.
But also we really need to rethink what we eat and what we drink. Oxfam did a research a few years ago, and they warned us that food prices might double by 2030. So we really need to rethink what we eat and how we eat it and how much we eat. Now, in food waste, I think the event industry, hospitality industry, can do something with it. I know
we also create a lot of food waste.
You create a lot of food waste. But not only you, the industry,
yeah, of course,
and consumers as well. Consumers are really bad with that. But I think you can educate people. You can show how it can be different. So it's about bringing a sensation, but also a bit of education of what's possible. For instance, Foodmaker has now the I call the plates that you can actually eat.
You can eat the plate.
You can eat, yeah. So why not have, for instance, a cup of coffee, and afterwards you can eat your cup. Maybe that's an idea for Lotus, right? So you can have the coffee and then afterwards your Lotus cookie. So you can go home. You say, you know what? I just ate a coffee. So I had a coffee and then I had to eat a cup. That's a wonderful story, and it shows that you're thinking of a more sustainable environment for your hospitality.
And at the same time, it can create business value.
Yeah, of course, definitely. And another idea is, what can we eat? Of course, we've been talking about insects already for a long time.
It's still difficult for some people.
It's still difficult. It shouldn't be, but it's still difficult, of course. But seaweed is the right word. Seaweed is a very big opportunity. There's a lot of seaweed out there.
Good nutrition in there.
It's very healthy. It's very tasteful. I met a company called Oleg. They're from the Netherlands, and they are bringing, for instance, seaweed burgers. I'm a meat lover, but that's great. That's really delicious.
Yeah, there are good alternatives.
There are really great alternatives, and seaweed is a very good example. I think if we can really think about insects and seaweed, and if we can do it good, we could end the idea of hunger in the world, because there's so much there, and you can do so much with it. So I think we really need to experiment and try out seaweed. Through market research, we know that you can't say seaweed; you have to say sea vegetables.
Why is that?
Yeah, if we see seaweed, we think that that's the dirty stuff in the sea. But sea vegetables, that sounds healthy.
We grow them.
So you should sell it as sea vegetables, and people will love it, and even meat lovers will love it. So just please be conscious about food waste, and show that we can, the plastics, how do you call it? The straws. Don't give that. Don't do that anymore. That's so unconscious. Don't do it. And I think if you will do it the next years, you will get people angry. Yeah. People will really gonna react on it.
That's a good thing.
So please, it's a good thing, but I wouldn't be like the event organizer that gives and get smashed back in the face.
Everybody a plastic bag when they go.
Yeah. It's rethink this. We see that it is a problem from a world perspective, but we also see that consumers are thinking more and more about this.
Okay, so we have food waste. What else do you have?
Wellness. We see that in tourism, wellness, the next 5 years will do 10% bigger. So it will grow every year 10%. People are searching for good quality of food. They travel to Noma to eat. They travel to wellness hotels, wellness bars. People would like to travel for wellness. So
our next event in a spa or something.
Yeah. think about a spa, and then ask me as a speaker. Like, no, but I think we need to approach health and wellness from a more holistic point of view. It's not only about what we eat; it's also what we drink, what we smell, what we hear. Think about how can we help people have a great day. Don't give them sugar in the morning because we always do it. Because if you give them sugar at 10, they get tired again.
Yeah.
So one of the ingredients I really like is a matcha, the green tea. Use this as an ingredient for chocolate, or use this as an ingredient for your milk, and it's energizing. You can concentrate better. But it's not a kick like coffee does. Like it's not kicking in. It's coming in very slowly, and you keep on being in focus.
You feel better.
You feel better. So use this type of ingredients to help people to feel better. Know that sitting is new smoking. So let people stand up. Let people walk around. Use smell to give people a good vibe. Work together with smell artists to know what kind of smell you need to use in the morning, during the dip at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and use those elements to give people a better feeling. Because if we are traveling the world for wellness, then we're probably going to travel to your event. If it's a wellness place,
it can be an advantage to come.
Yeah, definitely. It's not only about the speaker. We want to go to places where we feel good, and we would get energized, and that we can go home and feel like, let's go for it. And it's that's why health should be a very holistic point of view. It's about what you eat, what you smell, what you. Sound is also very important. We see that more and more people are having problems with too much sound of
noise.
We can't concentrate anymore. Everybody's talking. Everybody's like, we need to focus. We need to listen. We need
so a venue with a good acoustic and things like that is essential.
Extremely essential. Yeah, extremely. I know that a lot of architects keep on forgetting this, but this is really crucial.
Okay. Yeah. So we have food waste, we have wellness.
Yeah.
And you also had a third.
Yeah, and that's a bit, it's a heavy number. There's been research in Belgium that boys and girls in their 20s, 54% of them feel lonely.
That's huge.
That is an incredible number. I know that it's not something that we talk a lot about, but loneliness is a big issue. And I think it's going to be a big issue in the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah, and if you look at Facebook, we have all thousands of friends.
Yes, we have thousands of friends on Facebook, on Instagram, on.
But still, we are lonely.
But then again, we're lonely. And if you look at the workforce, the past 10 years, longer even, we started working all together in one big space. And we started doing this because we thought that then people would collaborate more, work together more. But we see that we started doing this, the amount of face-to-face interaction dropped with 73%. 73%. Yes, we're emailing, we're Slacking, we're chatting, but we don't have a face-to-face conversation anymore. And I think that in scarcity, this becomes new luxury. Having a good conversation with each other.
And maybe it's the reason of existence for events.
Yes, I think the number one, for me, the number one characteristic of an event is bringing people together. So if you know this, as an event organizer, you should think about templates, hacking systems to get people to connect to each other. I know that there are more and more software applications to do this.
There's an app for everything.
There's an app for everything. Those apps, although great ideas, don't always work that much. I think definitely in Belgium, it should be very easy. Like ask people to look to your left and say hello to the person there. Like do something very, very easy. You don't have to. We are Belgians. We don't like holding each other's hands and singing with each other. I work in the United States a lot. That's like, now stand up, everyone, give each other a hug. Like, we are Belgians. We're not going to do that. But
so there's also a cultural difference.
There's a big cultural difference. But if you know that every moment that there is silence, every moment that there is a pause, every moment that there's a kind of awkwardness, people just take their phone. And look at their phone. Sometimes it's because of their work. Sometimes it's necessary. But most of the times it's because they want to fill in the moment of rest. But of course, if they're doing this, they can't connect with the person next to them. And I think
we could send them a message.
You could start chatting like,
I'm the one next to you.
Yeah, I know that this is the new way of dating. Like what's your phone number? And you get the phone number and then you ask, can we date? I know that this is a new way of dating.
Or swipe.
But having a great conversation. I think when your audience goes home, they will get back. I listened to this person or that person, and I take this knowledge with me, or I had a great moment and a great food or whatever. But the best thing they take with them is a person they get in touch with, and the conversations they had. And as a speaker, you need to understand that it's not about you, it's actually about them and connecting to each other. And also as an event organizer, you can have the best speakers you can have, but it's all about the audience. It's about the audience, getting them together, getting connected to each other. And we need to push them a little bit. Because we're not used to that anymore. And we rather choose our phone than to have this good conversation. And if you know that 54% of people in their 20s are feeling lonely, it's definitely something that we should work on. And that has the opportunity for the event industry, because the event industry is all about bringing people together. So please think about this.
Okay, so those are 3 topics we really need to start thinking about in the event industry.
Belgian event industry has a really high standard, definitely. But I think when we think about those 3 things, we can even take it to a next level.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much for sharing
You're
these
welcome.
ideas. And you at home, thank you for watching our show. I hope to see you next week.